Hello guys, welcome to today's class. In today's class, we'll be talking about previous year gate problems on Newton-Raphson methods, right? So since this is the most important topic, I have gathered some models which are generic models which will cover all the models and some important questions from the previous year papers, right? So look at the first question, sir. The first question is saying the quadratic equation x square minus 4x plus 4 equal to 0 is solved numerically starting with initial guess x naught is equal to 3. The NR method is applied once to get a new estimate, and then the secant method is applied once using the initial guess and the new estimate. The estimated value of the root after the application of secant method is. That means in this question he is asking you two methods. He is asking you how to apply Newton-Raphson method and how to apply secant method. So see sir, if we try to solve this problem, we will write solution. Initial guess x naught is equal to how much, sir? It is given as 3. And what is my f of x? My f of x is basically, it is given as x square minus 4x plus 4. X square minus 4x plus 4. So what will be your f dash of x, sir? Your f dash of x will be equal to 2x minus 4. So what will be your x1, sir? Your x1, the new estimate would be x naught minus fx naught divided by f dash of x naught. This is the formula you have to remember. If we substitute the value of x naught in this, see sir, the x1 will be equal to what? X naught is 3 minus, what would be this 3, sir? Fx naught. That is 3 square minus 4 into 3 plus 4 divided by f dash of x naught, that is 2 into 3 minus 4. So see sir, if I find this out, what will I get? If I do this, I'll get it as you'll get it as 2.5, sir. You are getting it as 5 divided by 2, right? And what is your x naught? This is x naught. If you want to find your fx naught, because you will need it for the next method, that is basically your 9 minus 12 plus 4. That should be 1, right? Because x naught, fx naught. What would be your f of x1, sir? What would be your f of x1? The f of x1 would be 5 by 2 square minus 4 into 5 by 2 plus 4. If you calculate this, see sir, what will you get? That is equal to 0.25. This is coming as 1 by 4, which is 0.25, right? Now see sir, what we have to do. This is the new estimate we got using your secant method. Sorry, using your NR method. This is the new estimate you got. Now using this x naught, fx naught and x1, fx1. Using these 2 points, you have to apply what? Secant method. So that's what is told. The Newton-Raphson method is applied once to get a new estimate. We got the estimate, and then secant method is applied once using the initial guess and the new estimate. So this is the initial guess, that's the new estimate, and the estimated value of the root after application of the secant method. So once you apply this and you see what's the answer, that is what he is asking you. So your x2 will be what, sir? Your x2 will be, that would be x naught into fx1 minus x1 into fx naught divided by fx1 minus fx naught. So we know all these values. What is x naught, sir? Your x naught is 3. What is your fx1, sir? fx1 is 1 by 4 minus, what is x1 we got? That is 5 by 2 into what is fx naught? That is 1 divided by 1 by 4 minus 1. This should be equal to, if you solve this, you will get this as 7 by 3. This should be the answer for this, right? So this was an interesting question where he's asking you two methods, sir. So you should know how to apply the iterative formula of your Newton-Raphson method as well as how to apply the iterative formula for your secant method, right? And I told you how to remember the secant method, sir. Secant method first step is same as regular policy method only. And say you're writing with x naught, you put x1, x naught, and you have x1, fx naught. So 1 by 4, 1, right? So this way it's easy to remember. This is x1, x naught, fx naught, f dash of x naught, right? This was the first question, sir. Let me go to the next question and see what is he asking in the next question. This question is saying that the Newton-Raphson iterative method, the initial guess x initial is considered as 0. All right. So he is giving you x initial. What is x initial, sir? He is considered x initial is equal to 0. Then while finding the roots of the function, he has given f of x equal to what, sir? He has given as f of x is equal to minus 2 plus 6x minus 4x square plus 0.5 x cube. So let us find f dash of x because Newton-Raphson method, so we will need it. So this will become 6 minus 8x plus 0.53 is a 1.5 x square, right? Then he's telling what, sir? Very good. He's asking you the correction. What is he asking, sir? The correction delta x to be added to the x initial in the first iteration, right? So we know from the formula, what is that, sir? We know that we get x naught is equal to, x1 is equal to x naught minus fx naught divided by f dash of x naught. Now what is this value, sir? This value, that's why I have done the proof of what, sir? Using Taylor series. So this is the correction to be added. What is this? This is the correction to be added. Correction to be added. Right? So what is the correction? Generally we show it as h, that is equal to minus fx naught divided by f dash of x naught. So this is very simple, sir. If you put 0 in f of x naught, that would become minus 2, minus of minus 2 divided by, and if you put 0 here, you will get it as 6. So the answer is 1 by 3 is the correction which have to add, sir. Right? So this is an interesting question. Very good. Let us go to the next question and see what is he telling in this next question. In this question, he is saying that the Newton-Raphson method, an initial guess x naught is equal to 2 is made, and the subsequent and the sequence x naught, x1, x2 and so on is obtained from the function. Consider the statements. He is given x3 is equal to 0. The method converges to a solution in a finite number of iterations. Which of the following is true? Very good. So we'll have to find whether this converges or not, and whether we have to also find whether the value of x3 is 0 or not, right? So we know x naught is how much, sir? We now know that x naught initial guess is 2. What is your f of x, sir? The value of f of x is given as 0.75 x cube minus 2x square minus 2x plus 4. So what will be your f dash of x, sir? The f dash of x will be equal to, if you do, this is basically 3 by 4, sir. That is basically 3 by 4, so it will become 9 by 4, or 3 by 4, so it will become 9 by 4 x square minus 4x minus 2. So this will be your f dash of x. Now if I want x1, see, sir, what will be x1? Your x1 will be x naught minus fx naught divided by f dash of x naught. So if you do this, see, sir, x naught value is 2 minus, this will become 0.75 into 2 cube minus 2 into 2 square minus 2 into 2 plus 4 divided by the differentiation function. You substitute in that is 9 by 4 into, that is 2 square minus 4 into 2 minus 2. So see, sir, if we solve this, what will we get? We will get this equal to something like this, 2 minus you're getting this as zeros. Your x1 is coming up to be 0 because that will entirely become 2 minus 2, you're getting this as 0, right? Now let us find x3, sir. If I want to find x2, what will be my x2, sir? My x2 will be x1 minus fx1 divided by f dash of x1. So that will become what? See, sir, what is my x1? It is coming 0. Minus, in this if you put 0, you will become, that is as, this minus there, so it will become 4 divided by, in this if you put 0, you will get it as minus 2. So that will be equal to 2, right? Now you have to observe something. If you want to find x3, x3 will be definitely 0. Why x3 will be 0, sir? The x3 will be 0 because we'll have to put the same 2 value in this and this because the functions are not changing. So when you put 2 value here, ultimately it will become, because this x2 is basically 2 minus all of this value will be equal to 2 minus 2, it will become 0. So statement 1 is true. This is what, sir? This is true according to what he is telling. And if this is 0, then which implies, what will be your x4, sir? Your x4 will be 2. And what will be your x5, sir? Your x5 will be 0. What will be your x6, sir? Your x6 will be 2. Understand, sir? Because the function is not changing, we'll be always substituting this 2 value here and here. So when you simplify this, that will always become 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, right? So you can say that the method converges to a solution in a finite number of iterations. No, sir, this is false. The second statement is basically false. So what is true? Only one is true. So option A is right. Right? So this is also an interesting question which was asked. Very good, sir. Let us go to the next question. In the next question, we'll see what is he asking. He's telling that the real root of the equation 5x minus 2 cos x minus 1 is equal to 0 up to 2 decimal accuracy. Right? Now he did not tell you to use anything. You can use your bisection method or your regular falsy method or Newton-Raphson method, but we know that the fast convergence is your Newton-Raphson method only, so we'll use Newton-Raphson method. So let me take x is equal to 0, x is equal to say 1. If I put x is equal to 0, what is my f of x, sir? My f of x is basically 5x minus 2 cos x minus 1. So if I do f of 0, what will I get, sir? If I put f of 0, this will become 0. That will become cos 0 is basically 1. So it will become minus 3, which is less than 0. Right? And if I put f of 1, see, sir, f of 1, whenever you are putting like this, 5 into 1 minus 2 into cos, this has to be in radians. Radians means 1 into 180 divided by pi. 1 into 180 divided by pi minus 1. So see, sir, what will this come up to? This will come up to 5 minus 2 into cos 180 divided by pi minus 1. This is coming up to be positive value, sir. This is 2.919, which is greater than 0. Definitely there will be a root existing between 0 and 1, but I want to do it much nicer, sir. Root exists, right? But how will I do is, because if you observe something here, this is coming minus 3, this is coming plus 2.3. That means the root is not nowhere near to 0 or 1. So let me also find f of 0.5. If I find f of 0.5, see, sir, what will that become? That will become 5 into 0.5 minus 2 into cos 0.5 into 180 divided by pi minus 1. Let us see what will be the value of this. If you want to do this, see sir, what will it become? It will become 0.25. 5 into 0.5 is basically 2.5 minus 2 into cos 90, because 90 by pi, that will become 90 divided by pi minus 1. That is coming up to be negative, sir. This is coming up to be minus 0.25516, right? That is less than 0, right? So I can definitely say what, sir? Root exists between. Now I can rewrite this statement as root exists between what and what, sir? 0.5, because this is negative, and 1 and 1, right? Therefore, let me take, if you see 0. Minus 0.2 is like very close to 0. So, let initial guess be, x naught is equal to 0.5. Right? If this is your f of x, what will be your f dash of x, sir? Dash of x will be equal to 5 minus 2, cos x differentiation is minus sin x to 5 plus 2 sin x, and 1 differentiation is 0, right? So see sir, if I want to find x1, that would be equal to x naught minus fx naught divided by f dash x naught. So that should be equal to, see if I write it here, what is your x naught? Initial case you have taken it as 0.5 minus, that should be 5 into 0.5 minus 2 times cos 0.5 into 180 by pi. This is in degrees, minus 1 divided by not all divided by, it is only divided by this fellow, divided by 5 plus 2 times sine 0.5 into 180 divided by pi. Now if you find this, see sir, what will you get? You will get your x1 as 0.5 minus divided by 5 plus 2 sine 90 by pi. This is coming up to be 0.5428. This is coming up to be 0.5428. Right? Now, if you do one more iteration, then you will clearly understand. If the 0.54 repeats, then it is called basically 2 decimal accuracy. Let us do the next one, sir. If I do the next iteration, say x2 I want to do. Say if I want to do the x2, that would be what, sir? x1 minus fx1 divided by f dash of x1. So what is the x1 you got? The x1 is 0.5428. 0.5428 minus 5 into 0.5428 minus 2 cos 0.5428 into 180 divided by pi minus 1 whole divided by 5 plus 2 times sine 0.5428 into 180 divided by pi. So see sir, if you do this, if you calculate this, see what will you get? 0.5428 minus 5 into 0.5428 minus 2 cos 0.5428 into 180 divided by pi minus 1 whole divided by 5 plus 2 sin 0.5428 into 180 divided by pi. This you will read as 0.54255. If you see something, sir, you are getting an accuracy of 3 decimals, right? So you can say the root is what? So your initial guess x0 is what? 0.5. What was your x1, sir? Your x1 is 0.5428. What is your x2, sir, which we just got? That is 0.54255. That means how many decimal accuracy we have achieved? Here 0.1 decimal accuracy, here 3 decimal accuracy, 3 decimal accuracy is accurate, right? So what is the final answer for this? The final answer is root x is equal to 0.54. 2 also you can write, right? He asked only for 2 decimal accuracy, but we have shown 3 decimal accuracy. Very good, sir. Let me go to the next question, see what he's telling in the next question. In the next question, he's telling that the real root of the equation x into e power x is equal to 2 is evaluated using NR method. The first approximation value of the x is 0.8676. The second approximation value of the x corrected to 3 decimal places, right? So see sir, what is your x naught? 0.8676. What is your f of x, sir? Your f of x is x into e power x minus 2. What is your f dash of x? Your f dash of x is, differentiate this. So x into e power x plus e power x minus 0. So you need not write that minus 0. So next what we have to do? We have to find our x1. x1 would be x naught minus fx naught divided by f dash of x naught. So see sir, what will that become? What is x naught? 0.8676 minus, in f of x you put this 0.8676 into e power 0.8676 minus 2 whole divided by 0.8676 into, if you take this e power x common, 1.8676. 8676, right? Let us find out this value, sir. If you find out that value, that should be the answer. It is telling that is the first approximation, second approximation means x1 only, sir, here. That is 0.8676 minus 0.8676 into e power 0.8676 minus 2 divided by 1.8676 into e power 0.8676. That should be 0.85277. 0.853 it will become. This is coming out 0.85277 I got, sir. Right? So if we just check the options, or if I want to do it much further, see sir, what will this become? So you can approximate it as 0.853, sir, because the closest answer is what? 0.86 is not right, 0.85 is right, 0.849 is not right, 0.83 is also not right. So you can approximate as 0.853. So this should be the answer. If you don't feel like this, you do one more iteration, sir. If you do one more iteration, you'll understand that it will be closer to this. Let us do one more iteration and try. If I want to find, say, x2, see sir, what will be x2? That is, say I am writing 0.8527. Let us take 0.8527 minus 0.8527 into e power 0.8527. Let me write it just below, sir. Just let me write this here. Yes. So 0.8527 minus 2 divided by, this would be 1 plus. So 1.8527 into e power 0.8527. So if you calculate the answer for this, see what you should get. You should get it as 0.8527 minus 0.8527 into e power 0.8527 minus 2 divided by 1.8527 into e power 0.8527. You will get it as 0.85260. 0.85260. Right? So 0.85 is definite, sir. 0.852 is definite. So this is 0.86, 0.45. So this is the nearest answer you do. Right? So whenever you get a doubt like this, you just do one more step and you will clearly understand what has to be done. Very good, sir. Let us go to the next question, which is like very important question, sir. See what is he telling in this question. Let's try to read and understand this question. He's telling that a piecewise linear function f of x. This is the function f of x. This is your function f of x and this is x. Right? Is plotted using thick solid lines, the blue color lines. In the figure, the plot is drawn to scale. If we use the NR method to find the roots of f of x equal to 0 using x0, x1, x2 respectively as initial guesses, then the roots obtained would be what? Right? So understand carefully here. We will have to apply a concept which we have understood by studying tangent method. See, sir, what is that concept? The concept is, if you take x0 as initial guess, what do we do, sir? We extrapolate on this and we will extend this line like this. And we will see where is this line touching x-axis. Say the line is touching here. Then we will extrapolate again it on the graph and we will see what will be the root. Right? Or say if the line is touching here, say somewhere here it is touching, we'll extrapolate here and we'll draw that, then we'll say 1.3 is the root. Similarly, with this guess x2, x2 being your guess, you'll extrapolate this lines and you will see whether it is touching before 0.8 or after 0.8. Say it is touching before 0.8, that means say it is touching here. From here you will draw another curve and you will say that 0.6 is the root. Or if it touches here, then you will draw like this and you will say 1.3 is the root. Right? So you just have to see this. If you take x0 as the initial guess, you find the line, equation A, find the equation of the line A and you extend the lines. When you extend the line, see where is it touching the x-axis, right? And if you observe something here, this point is 0.8. So if it touches before 0.8, then we will take another projection on this particular curve. Then we will say the root is 0.6, right? Similarly, for the line B, and when your approximation is x1, the initial guess is x1, you can readily say that the root is 0.6 because at 0.6 it is touching. So if we just narrow down the options, if you take x1 as the initial guess, first what you have to draw, sir? You have to draw a dotted line onto the function. Then you will draw a tangent. The tangent perfectly matches with this line B. So the root is what? 0.6. So for x1, the root should be 0.6. So it is in option A, it is in option B, it is in option D. So it can be A, B, D. It cannot be C. Right? Elimination we have done, sir. Now let us find equation of line A. Let us find what, sir? Equation of line A. That small a is the line name, sir. A. So what are the points we have? Point 1, 0, comma 1, and what is the other point? That is 1 by 2, comma 1 by 2. So what will be the equation of line, sir? The equation of line is y minus y1 is equal to m. What is m, sir? x2 minus x1 divided by y2 minus y1. What is the equation of line, sir? Just see what just happened. See, sir, we are trying to write the equation of line A. Equation of line A, that is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. What is m, sir? M is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Right? Now, what for A, what are the points, sir? If you want to find the equation of line A, equation of line A, what are the points we have? That is 0, comma 1 and half, comma half. That is 0.5, comma 0.5. So this is, say, y minus 1 is equal to y2 minus y1. So half minus 1 divided by half minus 0 into x minus 0. Right? And I want to see where is this touching this x-axis. Right? If you want to see where is this touching the x-axis, then in this line, put y is equal to 0. Put y is equal to 0 to get line touching, line A touching x-axis. If extended. If you extend it like this, say you are extended it like this, then we will see where it is touching, sir. So this should be 0 minus 1 is equal to, this will become what, sir? This will also become minus 1 because half minus 1 is minus half. So minus 1 into x, which implies it is touching at x is equal to 1. Right? So if you observe something, so this is 0.8. This is 0.8. So this is touching at, say, 1. If it is touching at 1, what is the meaning of that? The meaning is, therefore, root is equal to how much, sir? Root corresponding to x naught is 1.3. How did I tell this? Since it is touching after 0.8, say here, then again we will extrapolate on this, then again we'll draw a tangent. When you draw a tangent, it touches your 1.3. So 1.3.6 should be there. So 1.3.6 is there in both option A and option D. We'll have to check for the line D also. So let us write equation of line D. Equation of line D. So see, sir, what points do we have? We have 2 points, 1.55, 0.5. We have 1.55, comma 0.5, and the other point is what? The other point is 2.05, 1. 2.05, comma 1. So if you try to write the equation of the line, that is y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. So in this, what you have to do? Put y is equal to 0 to get where line D touches. Where line D touches x-axis. So see, sir, if we do that, see what will we get? We will get 0 minus 0.5 is equal to 0.95 divided by, say, sir, what will this become? 0.5. into x minus 1.55. So if you find x from here, see what will you get? Excuse me, you will get it as minus 0.5 into 0.5 divided by 0.95 plus 1.55. That you will get it as 1.2868. That means, where is it touching the x-axis, sir? When you extend it this side like this, it is touching at 1.2, somewhere here it is touching, sir. Somewhere here. That means the root corresponding, which implies root corresponding your initial guess x2. Your initial guess x2 is also 1.3, right? So see, sir, option D is the right answer. Which is the right answer, sir? Option D is the perfectly right answer, right? So this is basically a conceptual question. I hope you understood this question, sir. Very good. Let me go to the next question and see what is he asking in this question. In this question, he is saying that the Newton-Raphson method is used to find the root of the function, and f dash of x is the derivative of f of x. The method converges always only if f is polynomial, only if f x naught is less than 0, none of the above. Try to remember this, sir. This I have already discussed in the last class. NR method converges. NR method converges if initial guess is close to the root, or f of x vertically crosses x-axis like this. So if it is crossing like this and say your initial guess is very near, then when you draw a tangent like this, then you will approach to the root very fast, right? So here none of the option is saying that, so option D is right. So you remember, sir, initial guess should be close to the root, or f of x should be vertically crossing the x-axis. You can remember these points. Very good, sir. If I go to the next question, see what is he asking in the next question. In the next question, he is saying that the Newton-Raphson method is used to find the root of the equation x square minus 2. If the iterations are started from minus 1, then the iteration will converge to minus 1, root 2, minus root 2, not converge. Now see, sir. You know that it converges to root 2, but you might be confused that will it converge to plus root 2 or minus root 2. The best method is you have your f of x. What is your f of x, sir? X square minus 2. What is your f dash of x? That is 2x. What is your x1? That is x0 minus fx0 divided by f dash x0. So if you substitute these values, see what will you get? Your x0 is given as how much, sir? Initial guess is taken as minus 1. So this will become minus 1 minus, this will become what, sir? 1 minus 1 square is 1. 1 minus 2 is minus 1 divided by, this is how much, sir? This is 2 into minus 1. So this is how much you are getting, sir. This will become minus 1 and minus 0.5. So minus 1.5. Minus 1.5. Now let us find x2, sir. Minus 1.5 minus 1.5 square minus 2 divided by 2 into minus 1.5. If you do this, see what will you get? Minus 1.5 minus 1.5 square minus 2 divided by minus 3. You will get it as minus 1.416, right? Next, one more derivation if we do, we will understand. x3 will be x2 minus fx2 divided by f dash x2. So that should be equal to what? Minus 1.416 minus 1.416 square minus 2 divided by 2 into minus 1.416. So see sir, this should be equal to minus 1.416 minus 1.416 square minus 2 divided by 2 into minus 1.416. That you will get it as minus 1.41421, right? We know that the root 2 value is what, sir? We know the root 2 value is minus 1.414. So it converges to minus root 2, sir, right? So this is the answer which we'll get from this. So make sure you know how to do this kind of problem. So let me stop this class here and let us meet in the next class with a new kind of topic. Thank you, sir. So that was the lecture, sir. I hope you enjoyed the lecture and gained some knowledge. For more content like this, please subscribe to our channel Octomy and also like and share it with your friends. And if you have any valuable feedback or doubts, you can always write down in the comments. And to watch my entire playlist and the full course, please enroll with us. Thank you, sir.